Hey guys, hello and welcome to another video of Vince and Films. My name is Vincent and I tried to break the record of most films seen in a cinema in 1 year from March 23rd, 2017 to March 22nd, 2018. And we are now several weeks after the end of the Guinness World Record, and it's been a while since I made my last video. The reason being that when I last spoke to you, I was about to submit everything to the Guinness World Record, and I thought that, as soon as I did, I would do my final video, and I thought that would be in a couple days. But the fact of the matter is that I faced some technical issues, the first being that I thought for some reason that I should submit everything via a Google Drive link, which was false and which was entirely my fault because it was never written anywhere that I should proceed this way. What they wanted from the start was for me to upload everything on their website, which I then started doing, which took forever, and then I had technical issues because after uploading 1/3 approximately, the rest didn't upload correctly. I mean, it looked like it was uploading, but then when I went through the files it was supposed to be uploaded, at some point the files were only 1 KB big, which of course wasn't the reality, as they were several hundred megabytes, especially the videos. So I did it several times and had to send a message to my record manager in order to tell her about my problem. She got back to me after several days, saying that it's weird, they don't see anything on their website, which was very strange. So she told me to get in touch with the IT department, which I did, and they were really efficient because I wrote to them on Friday and they got back to me on Monday. And when they got back to me, they said it's entirely their fault, their website can't handle this much data, and so they asked me to send them a file sharing link. So I just gave them the link to my Google Drive, which was completely uploaded, which encompassed all the files that I had gotten together throughout this world record. And now everything has been submitted as of May 3rd or 4th. It's about a week ago, and now we have to wait for them to get back to me because I'm currently evaluating everything, going through all the pieces of evidence, and they said it would take up to 12 weeks, so 3 months. So I think we will get an answer at around the end of July or the beginning of August, which is going to be around my birthday. So let's hope it'll be a nice little gift for my birthday. Now, I have been continuing to watch movies. I've been sending out emails to thank all the witnesses that helped me out, because without them, none of this could have been submitted to the Guinness. I can't say nothing could have happened because I still managed to see all these movies, and like I said before, in the end the main goal was to watch more than 500 because it was a personal challenge, but also because I wanted to see this many movies in order to learn more about cinema, see not all, but many classics, whether they were French, Italian, American, and I think that goal was definitely achieved already. But anyway, I tried at least to thank all the witnesses, because it turned out that either I'm unable to decipher, or I was unable to decipher the emails correctly, or what I suspect happened as well is that some put in the wrong email address. But that's not my fault, so that's just a fact. Now, I've been continuing to watch movies because, I mean, right as I was finished with my record, there was Elia Kazan cycle at the Christine 21, so I saw On the Waterfront, I saw a streetcar named Desire. I think I told you about this already in my last video, so I'm going to skip that. Let's talk about a new film that came out and I saw 5 times. I'm going to see it again tonight, which is a little film that you might have heard of called Avengers Infinity War. Wow. So no, not going to go into any spoilers for this film, but just let me tell you that I saw it 5 times, and there's a reason for that. It is a perfect movie for me. Sure, there are some people that would say that some things aren't developed enough because there are too many characters, that maybe 1 or 2 things were necessary, or that's it basically, because most of the people and the viewers are on the same page when they say that this is a fantastic film that has, I think, everything except horror, although that could be debatable, and maybe extensive love, because otherwise you have everything. You have romance to some extent. You have, well, let me rephrase what I just said. There is a lot of love. What I meant was kind of real romantic story arc. There was some romance. There was some action. There was humor. There was a thriller. There was space battles, fantasy, science fiction. I mean, I think there was everything you could have hoped for, and Thanos. Let's talk about Thanos. My favorite villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe was the Winter Soldier, not necessarily because he's the greatest villain of all times. It's just that I liked his impact on Captain America, his background, and his storylines and what he brought to the different movies and to the storyline of Captain America and Steve Rogers. But Thanos was just a perfect villain, simply because, I read somewhere in one of those books, which I actually have here, Save the Cat, which is about screenplay, how to write a screenplay. It says there's a model, how to write a screenplay, which is like the basic model, and then you can, of course, try different things because it's not completely universal and the only thing that works, as you may know. But it says at one point that a film can only be as good as the villain. Or it says that, well, that's actually a phrase, but what it says is that the worse the villain, or the more evil the villain, the more interesting may be the film. And in this instance, it is different, because Thanos is not evil. He is a bad guy but that only from the Avengers' point of view, because he has an agenda that is not personal per se. It has some personal impacts, but it is for his notion of the greater good, and he is three-dimensional. He is violent, he is menacing, he is bad. But he's also a father, he's also loving, he also has emotions and has to make choices that all the other characters also have to do. Because the thing about this film is that there's so many moments which are really impactful, just emotionally charged, where you are on the edge of your seat throughout the whole film, whether it's because the action is mind-blowing, because the visual effects are amazing. I'm going to see this film tonight in IMAX. I saw it in 2D, in 3D, normal, without IMAX, and let me just tell you that in any event, if you have a chance to see it in IMAX, go see it in IMAX. It adds so much, especially in the space scenes. And this villain, I don't think you should call him a villain. He's just another character with a goal: to assemble the 6 Infinity Stones and to restore balance to the universe. And he will stop at nothing to get there. And let me tell you, he's going to stop at nothing. And wow, I don't know what else to tell you beyond this, in order not to go into spoilers. Just go check it out. Let me know what you think. If you agree, I think it's one of the best movies of the year and of the last several years. Let me rephrase that. It's one of the best action, sci-fi, fantasy films. It is one of the best films, not the best, but it is definitely high up on my list of best films of this century, maybe. I know some people will scream at me because they can't conceive that a comic book film is better than all the independent and biopic films that come out at the Oscars, and I don't know if I would give it an Oscar. It's just one of those films that has everything, that is thoroughly entertaining, that keeps you at the edge of your seat the whole time, and makes you just feel for all the characters and be just emotionally attached to every character. And I read a screenplay, just to give you an example of the exact opposite, because I read a screenplay which was just about this serial killer which was pathetic and disturbing and ugly, and all the side characters were just bums and whores and just as vulgar as him. It was awful to read. You had no attachment. There were just disgusting things happening: rape, murder, weird sex play. It was just awful. And that is the exact opposite of Avengers, because that you just connected with all the characters, were engaged, had fun, and wanted to follow them through. And now we have to wait a little less than a year in order to see the sequel to Avengers Infinity War, or Avengers Infinity War 2, or Avengers 4, because it doesn't have a title yet. Just let me tell you this. I had an argument with a friend of mine because he said that this is a film that is a perfect half of a film. And I said, no, this is a complete film. And he wouldn't be reasoned with. The reason I said is because you have 3 acts. You have the beginning, the introduction, the high point, the action, all of that, and then the finale and the desperation, whatever. To be honest, I don't know exactly what the 3 acts are, but there are 3 acts. And most of all, it ties up. It ends. There is an ending. You can continue from there, but there is a real ending that could stay. What I said, my argument was, if the Marvel Cinematic Universe ended like this, it would be an ending. It could. There's no need for a continuation. There's no need for a sequel. But there's going to be one, and I'm very excited for it. I don't know which way they're going to go. I just hope... I'm not going to say anything. Let's just wait and see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, before I forget. Now, this is going to be my last video until I actually succeed or not, or get the answer from the Guinness World Record. The reason being that I have a lot of things to do. Unfortunately, you know, after having spent 1 year watching movies, now I have to catch up on everything that I could have done in the meantime, socially, and just projects I'm working on. But I will make a video to let you know what the Guinness said, and if you're still interested, I'm still present on the social media. I have an Instagram, Facebook, a Twitter under Vincent Silver Wolf, where I put up all the videos that the films that I continue watching, and I do sort of best of everything that I have been going through during the world record year. The best stuff is basically, during 60 days, I'm going to post 60 pictures of myself with the poster, which I had to do for the Guinness, and just, you know, to follow through the best of 60, not necessarily the 60 best movies that I did, or that I saw. Oh, fuck.